Well, my name's Ben Faber. I'm Regional Director of CSM Sport Entertainment in the Middle East. So we are an international sport and entertainment marketing agency, and we represent clients through every facet of the business of sport and entertainment, from representing regional and international brands, often major sponsors in sport, companies who have invested in sport for various business and marketing objectives and reasons. We represent athletes and talent. We organise events. We deliver integrated hospitality programs and branding programs, customer reward and acquisition programs. So really we're involved in most of the facets behind the sport and entertainment products that you as a fan would see when you go to a stadium or switch on the television. We're a business in the Middle East of about 120 people. We have 4 offices here in the region in a number of the different Gulf states. And within that team we have specialists in lots of different areas in which we operate as a business. So regionally our clients are a combination of global brands who we represent internationally in a lot of different markets. So we represent HSBC, for example. Globally we look after all of their investments in rugby and also tennis and cycling. Here in the Middle East, that includes events like the Dubai Rugby Sevens, which they're a partner. We represent brands like Jaguar Land Rover. We look after Jaguar's interests as a sponsor of the Dubai Opera, for example. We represent regional brands like DP World, who are a big investor in European Tour Golf, and we manage their portfolio of golf sponsorship from here as well. So we represent a broad group of regional and international companies, and then we also have our own interests, particularly on the event side. We organise and invest in and take risk on a number of different event properties of our own, commercialise them, market them, and bring people to take part in them. So a lot of that is our own products that we develop ourselves, and we also organise other people's events in an operational sense. Sport in the UK and many other parts of the world has long been a source of passion. It's for many people, it's a platform, something that crosses boundaries. It doesn't matter where you're from, what nationality you are, what your background may be, what your religion is, where you live. Sport crosses boundaries that frankly nothing else really can. And in the UK there is a long history and heritage of sport and sports fandom across many different sports, passed down through generations quite often. And as a result, sport is a really powerful platform for businesses, brands to use to engage with their target consumers and target audiences. And as a result, the sports marketing industry and sponsorship industry in the UK is very well developed. There have been for many decades businesses that really understand the power of sport and entertainment to drive genuine value back to their consumers and audiences and help them achieve business and marketing objectives for themselves. So the UK is a passionate sports market, and hence the sports marketing industry is well developed. So too many other parts of the world. The US leads our industry in terms of innovation and the way that US businesses have really adopted sport as an opportunity for them. Just like many other industries, they've really been ahead of the curve and founded our industry probably 50, 60 years ago. That has since spread east through Europe into Asia and many other parts of the world. here in the Middle East, and in the Gulf especially, we're at a much earlier stage. There isn't the heritage of sports participation, sports fandom and following here, certainly the breadth and extent of it that there is in other parts of the world. And so, we're really at the very start of that journey. Some of the global sports properties and global events, the likes of FIFA World Cups, have become extremely popular here, and therefore have started to offer regional brands and businesses an opportunity to leverage those for their own benefit. But we're a much earlier stage of the journey. That makes it quite interesting, exciting for us as a business to try and be part of the ecosystem that is explaining to sponsors and rights holders what the opportunity for sponsorship and commercialisation of their properties could be. Whilst the Middle East is at a much earlier stage in terms of sports and entertainment and how those platforms can be used from a marketing point of view, this is a market broadly that is an early adopted market, whether that's technology, whether that's interest in sports and entertainment products. So we've seen over the last 10 years in the Middle East a lot of international sports properties, the likes of Formula One, the likes of European Tour Golf, recently WWE in Saudi Arabia, and many others find real success here because although there may not be a heritage in motorsport or in golf or in wrestling entertainment, there is an interest, natural interest amongst them. So, the advice I would give to particularly small, medium-sized businesses within our industry is that there is a huge opportunity from an event point of view to bring new properties, new events to the region and to find an audience for them and therefore be commercially successful with them. This is part of the world, like many parts of the world, built on relationships, proof points. It's not a place you can parachute in quickly, try and sell a new event and deliver it and then leave again. You have to be on the ground, you have to understand the consumer and the very diverse audience that we have here, and that has marketing challenges. But you will find, as a rights holder or someone looking to develop and commercialise sports and entertainment properties, you'll find an audience here, particularly at a governmental level, who are interested and willing to listen and certainly take risks, and if it's right, to invest. So the advice would be, get on a plane, bring an interesting, innovative property, potentially something that's been proven elsewhere in the world, and then explain why it may be relevant to this part of the world. If you can do that, then you'll find some really willing partners in the Middle East from an investment and a risk point of view, and also you'll find a really captive audience here, more often than not, who wish to attend and take part. I've lived here nearly 8 years. I have a young family here. For us, it's a fantastic place for our kids to grow up, first and foremost. They get to experience things that they never get the chance to do in the UK, where I'm from. That's camping out in the sand dunes or heading out on a boat to a beach, meeting a really broad, diverse culture of people, many different backgrounds. That is a real advantage in terms of living here and having a family here. More broadly, from a business point of view, it's also a massive advantage because the business we're in, sports and entertainment, is something that can reach across many different backgrounds and nationalities, and that makes this a great place for us to do business. It's also an extremely entrepreneurial place. There is a real ambition here for growth, to do new things, and within our industry, particularly at a governmental level across many different countries, it's been long been a goal to use sports and entertainment as a way of promoting a nation building, driving tourism, economic growth, and we've found in 10 years of operating here a really willing and ambitious set of partners at a governmental level, and that's really, really exciting. So I love that ambition and entrepreneurial spirit that exists here. Somewhat less red tape for us to operate here than perhaps other parts of the world. So it's a rich, heady concoction of personal and business things that make it a great place for us to live.